hardest time seeing. So if this isn't even, I don't know, like if it's not, I don't know if it's skew or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. It looks okay to me from where I'm sitting, but I don't know. And guys, I have adult acne. It's not even funny, but like there's literally nothing else I can do but laugh. Like, I've never had acne my whole life. I've never had pimples. I've never struggled with my skin. Well, other than eczema, but that's another thing. But yeah, now I have adult acne. You see, what had happened was I've been having hot coffee my whole life. Then I decided I wanted to switch it up. Why? I don't know. I just decided that I wanted to switch it up and have iced coffee. And then I saw on TikTok that there's a way to make iced coffee. And yeah, I took that method, and let's just say I was having way too much milk for my body. And now this is where we are at. It doesn't look bad, but I swear to you, I'm not even being dramatic. You see, this time, I'm not being dramatic, guys. It's bad. It's so bad. It is so bad. And I've just been notified that I have to take graduation pictures tomorrow. Like, what is this life? What did I do to deserve this? It's not even a joke. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But anyways, hi, how are you? My name is Mackie and welcome to Mackie Reads. Today I am gonna give y'all some romance recommendations that are steamy, that are smutty, that are just, steam essential. If you hear any background noises, just please ignore that. This is a very loud place that I'm in. Yeah, so I have a couple of books. I won't really go into too much detail of like what the books are because I've spoken about them, and we're just here to have a jolly good time. So the first book that I want to recommend is A Stroke of Midnight by K Webster. This is an age gap romance. It is also like a Cinderella retelling. Like, it's Cinderella but like dirty version Cinderella, like not the normal Cinderella that we grew up like knowing or being told about, but this is the dirty version. This is the adult version. I really hope I don't get banned for this video, but this book is about Winston and Ash. Winston is part of the Constantine family, so it's the Midnight Dynasty world. So if you were looking to read books from that Midnight Dynasty world, he is eldest of the Constantine family, and he falls in love with Ash. Winston is super rich and he is very grumpy, but I wouldn't call him like grumpy. He's just a very cold, stoic type of hero, and Ash is very bubbly and sweet, and she's just kind, and she falls into the hands of Winston and his world. It's very spicy. Like, this trilogy is extremely spicy. It has a degradation kink and sort of kind of like an escort but not really, also sort of kind of like a gold digger but not really. You'll understand once you read this book. It's very steamy, and it is also pretty romantic. Winston is obsessed with her, but he refuses to acknowledge that, and it's really funny to see that. So yeah, if you're looking for an age gap steamy romance that has, I don't know, that's kind of like a retelling, this one I think might work for you. I don't know, let me know if you have read this book and if you liked it. And the next book I want to recommend is Twisted Hate by Huang. This is the third book in the Twisted series. This book is about Josh and Jules. This is my favorite book so far. I haven't read Twisted Lies, but I just loved them. They are sort of enemies, and the hate sex is just on another level. It was just so steamy. It was so fun. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed them as a couple. I think they made sense. I loved how their relationship kind of evolved, and they just make a lot of sense. I just love them. They are perfection. I love Josh. I love Jules. But this book was so steamy. I just loved it. If you haven't picked this book up, this is my favorite. I don't know about Twisted Lies. Maybe Twisted Lies will dethrone it, but so far, Twisted Hate is my favorite book of the series. Then the next book I want to recommend is Love Unexpected by QB Tyler. This is a forbidden romance. It is very taboo. It is about Dominic and Stasia. Oh, it is so steamy. Like really steamy. Like there's basically no plot. I mean, there's a plot, but like really it's just all about sex. Not really, but it's really heavy on their intimacy, and it is just a whole lot of fun. I did a reading log where I read some forbidden and taboo romances, and I read this one and I loved it, and it is just a lot of fun. It is very forbidden. It is just wow. It is just wow. It's insane. So Dominic happens to be Stasia's stepdad. So that's what makes it so taboo. And there's absolutely no cheating, and it is steamy, it is forbidden, and also Stasia has always kind of had a crush on him, but she was way too young to be with him, obviously. But now that she's 18, she sees her chance and she takes it. Then the next book that I want to recommend is also a K Webster book. This one is called The Glue. This is an MFM, right? Is that what you call it? It's also marriage in trouble. So there's a married couple that is kind of on the brink of divorce. Like they are like 15 minutes away from getting a divorce, and it's bad. It's really bad. And it's about Aiden, Vaughn, and Vale. So Vaughn and Vale are actually the married couple, and Vaughn is, I'm actually going to keep that as a surprise. I'm not going to ruin how they are actually intertwined into each other's lives, but it is, when I found out, I was like, oh, this is fun. It has one of my favorite tropes. So if you know what one of my favorite tropes is, I've already told you what the first one is, but it's also a marriage in trouble. It is so steamy. All three of them are in a relationship with each other, like Aiden and Vaughn and Vale and Aiden. Like all three of them just love each other. There's a lot of love between the three of them, and it is so sweet and super steamy. Trigger warnings for infertility issues. Vale, I think she has a couple of miscarriages or something. So if that's a trigger for you, do not read this book. But it is very steamy. Like I enjoyed this one. It was, I think, my first MFM, or is it MMF? I don't know what the terms are. Honestly, they're always changing. I don't know if it's polyamory or if it's not white shoes. I know it's not white shoes. So yeah. If you like what I'm talking about, or if you think you're gonna like this book, it is also a novella length. So yeah, very steamy, let me tell you, very steamy. And the next book that I want to recommend is one of my favorite books. It is novella length, but it is again by J.L. Seegars or Seegars. I'm not sure if it's Seegars or Seegars. I apologize. Don't know. This one is a marriage. No, it's not marriage in trouble. It's a second chance romance. So this couple was previously married. This book is about Jax and Mina. They were previously married, and they are just soulmates, and they get a divorce. It's kind of like All Your Perfects, but just, I don't want to say 1,000 times better, but kind of 1,000 times better for me. Even though All Your Perfect is still a pretty good book, but I just love this book. It's between two black characters. It has infertility issues. It's just so heartbreaking, so beautiful, just so steamy. So Jackson Daniels actually go off to like this destination. I think it's in Tulum or something. Their siblings are actually getting married, so they rekindle their relationship, and it is very steamy. Jax is just so possessive, and he just wants her, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to kind of get her. He's very devoted, and he cares so much about her, and it is just beautiful and super steamy. I just love this book. It's 5 stars. I gave this book 5 stars. I don't normally give a novella 5 stars, but this one was a 5 star, no doubt. The next book that I want to recommend is Preist by Sierra Simone. I read this book this year. I know I'm late to the club, but I'm here. I've arrived. It is between Father Tyler Bell and Poppy. This book is truly just worth the hype. I think you kind of have to read Midnight Mass, which is the second book of the couple, to actually get how great the first book is. For me, I had to read Midnight Mass to kind of see the connection and just see them as a couple. But this book was just Steam Central, like Steam Central. A Poppy is a sinner, as you will say, and that's why it's kind of forbidden, because he's a father. I think he's in a Catholic church, and she is kind of going to the church, kind of not. This book, even Midnight Mass, wow, Steam, just Steam, like those essential oils, guys. God will punish you. God will punish you for the things you do. Just steam. Steam. Like, ooh, it is hot. It is fire. It is also so beautiful. I loved seeing kind of the push and pull between Tyler's love for the church and also his love for Poppy, and just like the consequences for his actions and the decisions that he makes. It was very beautiful. I just loved it. The next book that I want to recommend to y'all is The Red by Tiffany Reisz, or Reisz. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say her surname properly. So this book is between Mona and Malcolm. It is also an age gap romance. It is extremely smutty. So Mona actually owns an art gallery and is kind of going bankrupt. She kind of has to close the art gallery, and Malcolm comes in and he proposes, kind of, I'll invest into your company, or I'll buy artwork, but if you spend a couple of nights with me. And yeah, all I'm gonna say is I will never ever look at a water bottle the same way. If you know, you know. If you don't know, please read this book and you'll know. Like, what? Whoa. Just whoa. Like, wow. What? It was that steamy. It was that fire. Yeah. It's mind-blowing. It's crazy. This book is crazy, and yeah. If you're looking for suspense, if you're looking for steam, if you're looking for, I don't know what's going on, this book is perfect for you. And it's not that long. I think it's like less than 300 pages, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. The last book that I want to recommend, or series that is the Corrupt series by Penelope Douglas. It's just the greatness of the series. It's a very dark romance. Like, the series is very dark. I wouldn't say it's kind of like bully, but it's almost bully. It is enemies to lovers. Most of the books are enemies to lovers. It is just so steamy, so dark, so what is going on, and being scared, and there's dubious consent, there's non-consent. It's a wild ride, and there's some scenes that will always like rear the top of my head whenever I think of the series. The first scene being the sauna scene. Yeah. The second one is the one in Hideaway. I think it's in the beginning of the book, actually, and towards the end. Whoa. Then in Kill Switch, which is Damon and Winter's book, I just want to say, like, Damien, like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting to read that. I was very, very surprised, and yeah, yeah, very, very surprised. Loved all three of these books. I think I gave all of them 5 stars. Yes, I did. I don't know who I like more. I don't know. Sometimes I like Michael more. Sometimes I like Kai more. Sometimes I love Damon. But yeah, that is all I have for today. Let me know what your favorite steamy and party romance book is, and I'll be sure to read it. And thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.